Hello Internet, my name is Gigabyte, that's with a double I, Byte for short, and welcome back to yet another episode of Bedwars. I am currently live, and if you are interested in being featured in a future video, be sure to click the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, you'll get alerted whenever I'm doing a live, and maybe one of those future lives will get turned into a video just like this one. We have a very simple concept for today. We are doing the Bedwars hot seat. Now, you might be wondering, what is the Bedwars hot seat? Let me explain. Alright, so here's the idea. Basically, when you talk about something, if you sound confident, even if you don't have a single idea about what's going on, you can make it pop off and you could just act like you own it and convince people you actually know what you're talking about. So what am I going to do? I'm going to have you guys in the chat give me ideas for something random that I'm just going to talk about. It could be any topic that's obviously appropriate. Please do not make me ban you from the chat. And while I'm playing Bed Wars, just for like a minute straight, I'm going to have to pop off and like give some like confident discussion about this topic. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to me. It lets me know that you guys do enjoy my content, and we're gonna jump right on into it. Alright. Holy cow, it's 7. Alright, I've been stream sniped, but we got this. Alright, so put a minute on the clock. I'm gonna go until 4:50. Alright, so who is the absolute worst Bed Wars player I know? Well, this is a very easy question that you just gave me, but it's clearly me. I mean, look at me. Does this look like the face of someone who knows what they're talking about with Bed Wars? Let's be honest, every time I stream, most of the games I end up losing. You go through my VODs, just look at them, I lose most of my games. And in videos I record, I lose most of the games. I had to give a rule to myself that if I lose a game, I include it in the video. See, I just fell into the void. Active proof that I am the worst Bed Wars player of all time. Let's also talk about my stats. I used to have a 10 FKDR. You know what that FKDR now is? 5. I cut it in half. You know what I mean? How can I cut my FKDR in half and call myself the best Bed Wars player of all time? You see Red Team over there? They're not even worried about me. They're taking their time. They're mocking me with a wood bed defense. They know I despise wood bed defenses. And I'm going to be honest, a wood bed defense is not as bad as I always make it out to seem. But I'm just a bad Bed Wars player, so I really don't know that. I, just like to talk down on the wood bed defense. See, they're mocking me right now with all the glass, the wood. I'm gonna try and get the bed, but watch what's gonna happen. I'm gonna get destroyed here by this red player. See, if I was the best Bed Wars player of all time, I would not have lost at that fight. Also, that was a minute and 10 seconds. I would say that was pretty good. What do I think about new-gen Minecraft YouTubers? Oh boy. Alright, minute on the clock. New-gen Minecraft YouTubers. Personally, it's not my cup of tea. I think there is some really interesting and creative content out there from new-gen Minecraft YouTubers. Just across the board, it's not my personal cup of tea. And a lot of that just is because I grown up in a time when it was the original OG Minecraft YouTubers. I'm used to like that form of commentary, and I feel like it's something we've lost. Everything nowadays feels very flashy. All of your videos have to be bright with colors. There has to be a sound effect every 5 seconds. I miss like the old Minecraft content where you could kind of just go and sit for a few minutes, and it felt like you were just kind of hanging out with a group of friends, because that's literally what it was. It was a group of friends who got together and they just recorded videos without needing to put sound effects every few seconds. And in all fairness, there are still YouTubers out there like that nowadays who are part of that new gen of Minecraft YouTubers. It's just much less common, and those who tend to be a little more successful are people who have like every single sound effect in the textbook playing every single 5 seconds. I have nothing against them. I think the content they produce is genuinely good, and I do enjoy it. It's just, to me personally, I'm always going to be more nostalgic for the old gen Minecraft YouTubers. Even like 5 years ago. I prefer that a lot more to like today. Do I like Bed Wars? Oh boy, I could rant forever about that one. Oh my gosh! Do I like Bed Wars? Let me tell you, I love Bed Wars so much. That's why I oh my gosh. Hang on, we're gonna redo that one. I'm gonna give that one its due justice. Alright, minute on the clock, starting now. Do I like Bed Wars? Well, let me tell you. If I didn't like Bed Wars, would I still be here streaming it in the year 2025? I think that on its own is enough of a reason to give my confirmation that I like Bed Wars. What is their turning rank? Abysmal, that's what it is. On a grander scope, though, I think Bed Wars has its issues, but its core gameplay loop I do genuinely enjoy. And at its heart, it is well, I'm dead. It's a resource management strategy game, and I personally like that a lot because my brain tends to do really good with like logical puzzle situations, which Bed Wars can give you a lot of, because you're going to end up in situations like this, where you're going to now need to clutch, and how are you going to clutch? What is the best move to make? It's never like a clear, easy answer, so being able to strategize, come up with a plan, and utilize those resources to your advantage I think really gives like a good gameplay loop that I personally enjoy. There's not a lot of games that I've played that are like multiplayer based. Like Valorant, for instance, you could argue is similar to Bedwars in the sense of you're on teams with people and you have like an end goal and objective. But I don't play Valorant as much because it just never really. I don't like the mechanics of the game, and that could just be more so because I haven't given myself enough exposure to Valorant. Whereas Minecraft, I have a lot of exposure to, so I enjoy like this control scheme more. But when we're just talking straight up Bed Wars and it's like core fundamental gameplay, I do enjoy it. I have my frustrations with the game a lot of times, but frustrations aside, do I like just the core gameplay loop of Bed Wars? Yes, I absolutely do, and I'll keep playing it for probably a while. Also, I went over a minute on that, but that's fine. What's my favorite game besides Minecraft? Let me tell you guys about a little game called Five Nights at Freddy's. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that one. But I will tell you about a little game called Alien Isolation, which I think is the best horror game of all time, and is probably currently one of my favorite games besides Minecraft. Why? It's just such a well-crafted piece of art that really immerses you in the environment of the Alien universe, which is not an easy thing to do. The team behind Alien Isolation literally went to the studio that produced it and was like, hey, give us all of your assets, give us all of your files relating back to the movie in 1979. We want to reference these and make use of them so that we can create a game that will best honor the Alien franchise legacy. And they did that. They did that phenomenally. And let me tell you, it paid off so well because you play that game and it feels like a piece of history that you're playing. Also, I need you to get off of me so I can like continue talking about the beauty of Alien Isolation. The Alien AI is such a well-crafted piece of AI that it like if you don't have like an understanding of like game design and like AI, like you should look up a video essay describing like the Aliens AI because it is such a well-crafted piece of like game software that I think it could stand to influence a lot of games for a very long time to come. And it's really interesting because a lot of games don't implement AIs like that. Only recently have some games started doing it as far as I'm concerned. Like Amnesia the Bunker implements an AI that's similar to the alien from Alien Isolation, but not quite the same, which is a shame because the AI for the alien is just such a like robust and like powerful AI that it really helps immerse you in that environment and gives a sense of like dread, but still like gives the player the ability to like have a win objective. They can't kill the alien, but with enough effort, they can figure out ways to outsmart the alien and survive. Do I enjoy coding? Also, what is the best slash worst part of it? Oh, that's a great question. Okay. First part of that question, do I enjoy coding? Yes, I do enjoy coding. Coding is a lot of fun. What is the best and worst part of coding? Great question. I think something that could easily be a bad part of coding is how quickly, if you're not like smart with your choices, it can get out of control. You need to have a proper scope whenever you're coding and give yourself like reasonable expectations, especially if you're doing something like game design. You need to have a clear outline plan, and the easiest part of coding is ironically writing the code. The hardest part is being smart and figuring out like how can you solve like certain like tasks that are going to come up. So for instance, if I want to, I don't know, actually let me talk about the game that I just released. If you're interested, be sure to go check out the latest video on my channel where I released the trailer about the game. But basically, one issue that I wanted my character to be able to double jump. Should be easy enough, right? There was literally a built-in function from the game library I was using that allows characters to double jump. So I write up the code, I set it up, and now I sometimes can double jump, sometimes I can't double jump. It's inconsistent. That's a problem because if you want a game to be fun, the player is going to expect some sort of consistency. If there's not that consistency, it's poor game design. That's not fun. No one's going to want to play it. So I have no idea why my code's doing this, but it just is. And no matter what I do to troubleshoot it, it kind of just gives me a different result every single time I run the code. So I end up writing my own function for the player to jump because I couldn't figure it out at all. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of lost my train of thought here, what I was trying to answer, but you need to like be clear about where you're going. You have to be very, oh yeah, you have to be logical and like be creative about how you can solve solutions to different problems. What I ended up doing was implementing my own jump system with my own series of checks to see if a player can jump. But when you look at the code itself, it doesn't make sense. Like, my player starts off having jumped one time, even though they've never left the ground. But the reason I do that is because by doing so, it allows me to trick the game program into thinking my player hasn't jumped at all, which then allows me to double jump if I start from the ground. And if I haven't started from the ground, it allows me to jump one time midair. It's a weird bug or a weird quirk of my code, but it works and allows me to do what I set out to do. So kind of sitting there and trying to troubleshoot like solutions to your code that aren't going to necessarily be straightforward. You can't just write in like your program, jump twice and expect it to work. You might need to do something a little out of the ordinary to get it to work so that you can actually, you know, jump twice consistently. Okay, I definitely spoke for more than a minute on that, but I was very passionate about it. So I think that's fine. That qualifies. Also, we're going to get some sharpness. We're going to get some protection too. We're going to grab an invis pot, and we're going to grab another fireball, and I'm going to grab another question from the chat. What is the most annoying thing one of your teammates has done in Bedwars, not including leaving mid-game? Oh boy, can I go on a rant about this one. But I'm honestly going to go to the other day in the stream. I was trying to do a stream where we find the best beginner strategy for Bedwars players. If you're just joining the game for the first time, what should you do as a beginner player so you have a good chance of winning a game? And I had a teammate who insisted, oh boy, this is scary. I had a teammate who insisted, for whatever reason, on, ow! How did you shoot me with that arrow? Okay. I had a teammate who insisted on anytime someone was on our bed defense to just, you know, get in my way and prevent me from being able to hit them so that I couldn't actually, like, you know, protect our bed. It was very frustrating. And, oh boy, I gotta run. I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh, you have a punch bow, I see. Okay. But yeah, that was really frustrating. And then to put icing on the cake, in the process of trying to, you know, defend our bed, once the bed actually got broken by the enemy team, you know what he did? He threw a fireball to try and prevent them from breaking the bed, even though the bed had already broke. And you know what that fireball did to me? It sent me flying off the map, and I was no longer able to clutch the game up because I was just flying in the void. Yeah, kind of like that. He chucked the fireball down and knocked me off the map. GG's, good fight. Well played. Oh boy, speaking of getting banned from the chat. Ready? Bum bum ba bum. Wah. Quantum superpositioning. Holy moly. Yeah, I'll talk about quantum superpositioning. I'm down. I'm so down for that. Alright, quantum superpositioning. I know very little about quantum superpositioning. So we're gonna put a minute on the clock starting now. Quantum superpositioning. Let me tell you, to be or not to be, as Shakespeare would say, we're gonna put a cat in a box like Schrodinger did and do an experiment. I'm gonna bridge to this diamond gen, and based on the actions of that team over there, whether or not they observe me will determine. Because right now, according to quantum superpositioning, I exist in two states. I'm rushing them from the side, and I'm rushing them through the diamond gen. Because they have rushed me sideways with the ice bridge, according to quantum superpositioning, my position has now changed, and I'm actually side rushing them to counteract the ice bridge that I totally knew ahead of time was going to exist. Because that's a thing I definitely knew about. We're gonna also collect my blocks. And according to quantum superpositioning, one day we're gonna have really cool computers, if we could understand it, that will just be able to break all forms of cybersecurity that we currently have today. I'm talking like, you know, the ability to try millions of passwords at the same second and not have a single false password check get hit. So basically, you have the ability to guess anyone's password instantly, more or less. And yeah, quantum computers are going to be insanely overpowered when they eventually are like mass produced. They will have a lot of processing power, and just make for a lot of new possibilities in research and expanding our ability to just understand the natural world around us. Creating simulations that really just were not possible beforehand. I got absolutely cooked right there. And I think that was a minute. Yeah, that was a minute. Yo, our teammates placing the wood bed defense. Let's go. I'm kind of right. That's fine. Look, the whole goal isn't that. And I probably should make this clear. I am no expert on quantum superposition. I remember like one video my physics teacher showed us where it was like this funky animation where this like guy in a superhero cape was like, electrons will both go through the hole and not go through the hole at the same time, depending on if you look at it, which is true. This is like, you know, an experiment that actually can be conducted in. Based on the act of observing something, like electrons may or may not go through like a certain like part of an experiment trial. Anyways, based on the act of me observing this fight, I'm gonna lose somehow. I don't know how, but I will. See, right there. I missed the head hitter. That's not gonna help you. Good try. Good try. Well played, dude.
What was Technoblade's role in Hypixel's growth?
You know what? I respect that. Usually I try to steer away from talking about techno, but I think that's a fair enough topic that I can do for the video. I thought you were someone. No, he's Red Sus Guy. Alright. So Technoblade's role when it comes to the growth of Hypixel. Actually, there's a great video I could suggest to people. I'll put a link to it in chat after this, but it was a presentation, kind of like a TED Ed talk almost, given by Noxy at an event I think Riot Games was holding for game developers, where basically he talked about the importance of a single player, and he talked about the importance of Technoblade in the Hypixel network, and kind of like shared his story with a bunch of people who may have never heard of Technoblade. But Techno played a very active role in the server, aside from like just his own channel growth kind of being proportional to Hypixel's growth after the Minecraft Monday boom. He actively like played a role when it came to like developing like actual game modes on Hypixel. He was a part of Hypixel's player council, where basically players give feedback about games. They're players that Hypixel trusts to give like accurate and relative feedback on different games and what could be changed to make them more fun to play going forwards. Also, rest in peace to Red Team. So he had an active role in developing a lot of kits that were used in Sky Wars, Blitz survival games. So his impact is way more than just like, you know, the actual population of the server. It's creating like fun gameplay that rewarded players in a positive way, made players have a reason to want to come back to Hypixel. People didn't just come to Hypixel because, oh, Technoblade was here. He had an active role in terms of the game development of Hypixel minigames that would cause people to go here and be like, you know what? This is actually a fun minigame. I want to spend more time playing it, and causes them to log back in multiple times over the course of, you know, several days, months, years, however long they played Minecraft Hypixel minigames for. So you could obviously talk about how when his channel started growing from Minecraft Monday and all of his prior Hypixel series got a new wave of viewers to watch them, which caused them to join Hypixel for the chance to play against Technoblade to kind of be like Technoblade. You could talk about how that directly affected Hypixel's numbers, because they did, but I think the even more impactful part was his role when it came to actually developing like Hypixel minigames as a part of like the player council. I think that's something that's very easy to overlook. Another question, why am I so criminally underrated? Good question! This is the time where in the video I'm going to tell you guys, if you're enjoying the video, please consider subscribing. It means a lot to me letting me know that you guys do enjoy the content that I'm making, and just gives me a sense of what direction to keep taking the channel in. Now that the shameless promo is out of the way. Oh. Well, this is awkward. Keep at it. You suck. You both suck. You've ruined my day. I am thoroughly disappointed now. Cat or dog or what? Cat or dog or what? Alright, well, so if you're allergic to either, then, no you're not. You're no longer allergic to cats or dogs, because cats and dogs are amazing. You have to just have one. It's the universe's rule. If you're allergic to them, no you're not. That's a lie. Now, which one should you have? That's a different question. Depends. Are you a dog person or a cat person? If you like an animal that's gonna, you know, look at you like the best thing in the world, you probably should go for a dog, because not all cats are gonna be like that. If you are a person who doesn't mind that as much, then you should definitely go for a, stay away, you should definitely go for a, you should definitely go for a cat. because cats can be really cute. They're really fluffy. They just have a little more of a personality to them in the sense that they don't care what you think about them. They are personally happy just knowing that you give them food and that's about it. Also, GG's, good fight to that team. Dogs, on the other hand, look at this cute dog. Look at the little puppy. They're just very cute. They're always fun. Always rushing. Yes, we are always rushing, teammate. That is the whole point of Bedwars. Come on, look at this. You can have a puppy party with dogs. You can't have a puppy party with cats. But cats are very cute. Don't underestimate the cuteness of cats. I think cats can be cuter than dogs at times, but it's a very close one-to-one battle. Anyways, guys, that was another episode of Bedwars. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to me. Lets me know that you guys do enjoy the content that I'm making. I just tabbed out like the incredible YouTuber that I am. And as always, if you guys do have any ideas for future videos or streams that I could do, please be sure to leave them in the comment section down below. I'd be happy to take a look and possibly do them if they're a lot of fun. And with that, I'll be sure to catch you all on the next one. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.